Hi, I'm Mark. This is my December review for Libra Sun sign and Libra rising. This month we start on the 1st with Neptune becoming direct again. It has been retrograde since June time, and now it's going to start moving direct. Now if you've worked with Neptune during that retrograde period, like we said, then you will reap some of the benefits now, and that was to develop self-sacrifice and to do things for people without any necessary reward. Now if you've got planets as well between about 15 and 25 degrees, because Neptune's at 20 degrees, of either Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, then you will feel this more intensely. And also with Neptune now moving forward in your 6th house, is a time to bring spirituality in your everyday life and routines. On the 4th we have our new moon, which is a solar total eclipse. It will only be visible from the lower southern hemisphere, and all the same it's an eclipse. Now this happens in Sagittarius in your 3rd house, and this eclipse belongs to the Saras 5 South series, which is renowned for bringing happy events and joyous occasions. Now in the 3rd house it's about learning, it's about communicating, it's about being able to use the mental faculties now to get things done. It's a good time for filling out forms or for writing or any form of communication. And being in Sagittarius, it's time to put yourself out there. Start on a new journey, embark on a new adventure, take some risks and really push yourself out there now. Sow seeds that will benefit you in the future. On the 5th, Mars, who's in your 2nd house of finances, makes a positive aspect to Pluto in the 4th house. So it's a good time to work with finances or use your finances to make changes and to realise goals around the home and the home area. Then on the 6th there's another aspect Mars makes, and this time to Jupiter. This is in the 5th house, so this is a time of great expansion. This is a time when you'll be able to express yourself and use your creativity well. The only thing to be aware of is with Jupiter, you may get a little bit too overconfident and it's likely you could make mistakes, so just keep concentration. On the 7th, there could be a little blip to the Mars energy that's thrusting forward when the Sun makes an opposition to the Black Moon Lilith. Now the Black Moon Lilith is in your 9th house, so it could be something to do with your beliefs. There could be a fear that comes up, maybe someone says something or something comes to light that you're not quite sure about and brings a little bit of fear and holds you back temporarily. But the Sun will illuminate this, and the Sun will shine a light on the Black Moon, and you'll be able to see exactly what needs doing. Then on the 9th there's a very intense aspect of desire when Venus comes together with Pluto. Now this is in your 4th house, so this can be very good for relationships, and you can have a fantastic time deepening your relationship, or it could be that you want to put your intensity and desire into remodeling your home and making it a more beautiful and treasured place. Also, this is going to happen more than once, and I'll tell you why in a second. Venus is in fact going to go retrograde on the 18th. So this connection with Pluto will happen 3 times. The first one we've talked about, the second time will be towards the end of the month when Venus retrogrades over Pluto, and then again later on in the next year on the 3rd of March to be precise, when they come together for the last time. Now while Venus is retrograde, there is a good time to work with her on this area. Because she's in your 4th house, the lesson to be learned is to promote and develop a good home environment and also develop positive personality traits. Now the other thing we have is a time to look at our relationships while this is going retrograde, and on the 8th of January there is a day of enlightenment when Venus and the Sun come together, and the Sun will shine light on any issues within relationships that need your attention. On Saturday the 11th you may feel a bit under the weather as the Sun makes a square aspect to Neptune. Neptune's in that 6th house of health, so you may pick up a cold or something that's just a short-term thing that maybe just puts you a little bit below par. But mentally you'll still be very active, and Mercury makes an aspect to Jupiter in that 5th house, so it's a good time to do something mentally that's creative and uses your mind, and maybe do some planning for the future. On the 14th we now have Mars securely in Sagittarius, but this is your 3rd house. There's a little bit of a dilemma here because Mars is physical and practical, whereas in the house of Mercury, who is more intellectual. So there could be a little bit of frustration if you don't channel the energy correctly. And then the other thing you need to realise is that Mars makes a conjunction with the South Node, which also means an opposition with the North Node. Now, Mars with the South Node means that you work with your practical experience. You use everything you've learned and put it to your best ability. But the North Node will draw you towards that way, because this is our spiritual way forward. Now, South Node in the 3rd house is about your experience and what you've already learned. But there is a pull from the North Node as to what you need to learn, what you want to learn in the future. So there's a bit of a two-way pull going on here. The thing is to use the energy in a productive way, heading towards that North Node of higher learning and the more philosophical side of life, and looking at also your beliefs, and what you believe in now and have believed in the past may not be necessarily what you're going to believe in going forward in the future. Then on the 16th we have the long running aspect of the year, the biggest aspect this year. That's Saturn square Uranus. This is the one that's causing all the upset, because Uranus is about change. It's about breaking down what already exists, so that change can take place. But Saturn is about the structure and the organisation which stands in its way. Now, the best way to do this is through understanding and to use the Uranus qualities of inventiveness and originality to bring up new ideas, to be able to creatively change the structures and the organisations that we already have. It's not necessarily a good thing just to tear them down or to break them up, because you have nothing to put in their place. On the 19th we have our full moon. Now, the full moon is in Gemini, and it's in your 9th house. Now, the thing about this is that you've probably been putting a lot of work, a lot of effort into getting things done over the last couple of weeks, the mundane tasks, and now it's time to change your focus to the higher realm, so to speak. Now, we have another aspect on that day, and that's the aspect between the Sun and Jupiter. So you'll be able to now plan a new adventure, because the 9th house is about doing something new, learning something new, experiencing something new. And with the Sun aspect in Jupiter, who rules the 9th house, this is a good time to plan those things. We also have another aspect on that day, and that's Mercury making an aspect to Chiron. Now, Chiron's in the 7th house of other people, so it's maybe a time when you become the voice for others. Maybe a time you can help other people overcome their past fears and hurts. There's two very positive aspects following the full moon that will help you, especially with people. The first is Mercury making an aspect to Uranus. Now, this will bring interesting new people into your life that will help you discover new things and maybe look at old problems in a new light. Then on the 24th, Mars makes an aspect to Chiron, the Sun did, and this is where you can lead by example. You can help others overcome their fears because they'll look up to you, and you can as well be starting to put your vision into action. On the 26th, Mercury makes a positive aspect with Neptune in the 6th house. Now, this is a day when you might pick up an allergy or something that's a little bit unusual that won't be serious, but you just won't know where it comes from. But it's also a good day to look at your health, to look at your diet and your fitness and see where you can make improvements there. Then on the 28th, there's a surge of energy as Mars makes a sextile to Saturn in your 5th house of creativity. This is practical, hands-on, good energy that will last for 4 days. So it's really time to get on and achieve. On the 29th, as Mercury comes together with your ruler Venus, who's now retrograde, there's an opportunity for you to see patterns in your love relationships and experiences that have happened, and then you can maybe see where things need to be adjusted and things need to be put right while Venus is in that retrograde motion, because the energy turns inward and you'll be able to see within much more easily. Also, the Sun makes an aspect to Chiron. It's a good day to help other people, be an example again for other people. Chiron in that 7th house, and don't be afraid to show them your talents and your abilities and offer them your help. Also, Jupiter makes a square to the Moon's nodes, and these are across the 3rd and 9th houses. So we had that connection with Mars earlier, if you remember. The Jupiter will help to balance up now. All that experience and knowledge you have from the South node, Jupiter can help in a creative way, because he's in the 5th house, to transfer some of that to the North node, where you can be going in the future. The last day of the month, on the 31st, we have another stimulating day, because the Sun this time makes positive aspect to Uranus. It's a day when you'll want to find things out and make discoveries about yourself. So it's a good day to delve into psychology, the occult, astrology, tarot, anything that can help you to learn and discover things about yourself. And also, it's a good day for being stimulated, and you'll want to engage and experience new things. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'll be glad to hear from you.